Hey friends, so today I wanted to talk about my student phase or the decisions that I made on moving here to Canada to do my studies. Jump back in time, and in 2014, as every non-medical student in India, I was preparing for my JEE and some other entrance exams. Most of my focus was on JEE and getting into a good engineering college. At that time, I did had some interest in computer science, so my stream or choice of engineering would have been computer science. I didn't score really well on the JEE exams, but I did get a seat in Punjabi University in Patiala in computer science. So I started going there, and I went there just for a week, and it was just too far from my home. It's funny that I decided to move to Canada thinking of that right now, that Patiala was too far away from Hoshiarpur, but yeah, it was like a 4-hour bus ride. But anyways, I didn't like the vibe, and I didn't like how the lectures were, because to this day I remember there was this intro to C++ class. I showed up at 8:30 a.m. For the class because that's when the lecture was, and this was my second day, I think. And the professor himself showed up at 9. I had to get up at like 7 a.m. to catch a bus because I was living not on campus, so I had to catch a bus to get into the campus and attend the lecture. After a week, I decided it's not the place that I want to be in, and there were like a lot of other issues with the place, with the place where I was staying, and just the college itself. Right? I don't want to sound bad or something, like the college is bad. It's a great institute. It's just that it was not a good fit for me. And yeah, I decided to move to Kurd, which is really close to Chandigarh, and there I did computer science for a year. So I was doing my bachelor's. I did go through 2 semesters, and while going through them, few of my friends decided to move to Canada for their studies. So I was also kind of on the same boat. I'm like, yeah, maybe I do want to move out of India. There were some other experiences that happened during that time which caused me to make that decision of moving out and living that independent life, and also exploring what's out there, right? So when I look back, I think I made the right decision, even though I gave up I had to drop out of computer science, which I really started liking. So when I made the decision to come to Canada, I made sure that I still study computers, right? So my choice of program that I chose for my 2-year diploma was computer networking and technical support. Not directly computer science, but it's really similar, more focused towards hardware and computer networking. So that's what I took at St. Lawrence, which is a college in Kingston in Ontario. And it's a really small town, but I loved my time there. Few of my greatest moments were in Kingston. So the process looked like you need to have a passport, of course, because you're traveling internationally, but you need to give your IELTS exam, or IELTS, and after giving that, you basically apply to a bunch of colleges, right? And you receive an offer letter that, hey, we are willing to accept you as a student, so come join us, right? Once you receive that offer letter, you apply for your study visa and study permit, and you just wait for the decision. Some other funds that are required apart from the college fees is GIC, which is an investment account which you'll get back all of the money. It's just there to support the student or you while you are in Canada for a year, right? Even though your program is for 2 years. So those are a few requirements that you need. I remember for my IELTS, I usually just YouTube stuff. So like I would go to YouTube, search for like IELTS listening, reading, writing and stuff, and go through that while I was also doing my computer science degree. And I think YouTube was my go-to learning platform for my IELTS exam. And I can share the results somewhere here on what I scored. And yeah, after that, after receiving the offer letter, I applied for the visa. I got my visa, and then it was time to pack my bags and move to Canada. So when I think back, I think it was the right decision to dropping out of computer science in India and coming here, because the quality of life difference is a lot, and being independent teaches you a lot of things. Worked in gas station, I worked at a pizza store while I was a student, right? I was independent, trying to cover up my expenses, and then also like recently quit Google, so I think that was not possible, or I couldn't think of myself going to Google when I was in India. So that kind of mindset, I think my mindset was broadened as I explored more opportunities, right? And that was only possible with the exposure that I got when I came here to Canada. Met a lot of amazing folks, met great professors that helped me during my time here, and also a lot of good mentors, right? And made some really good friends like Gwen. And yeah, so that's about my student journey. I do want to cover more of some immigration topics, right? Because I think there is a lot of interest among you folks. You want to know about my immigration story. So yeah, like this video, comment down if you want more of like how I applied for work permit, or how I landed my Google job, how I got my PR, all of that stuff. I'll make sure to continue the series, and hopefully you like the video.